You know how old video games have cheat codes that you can do by entering a seemingly random sequence of button presses really fast? Dance Dance Revolution had that too, but in the context of an arcade. Every single DDR game from 1998 up until 2002 has little secret codes that are hidden away from the average player. The likelihood of you coming across a DDR arcade machine running games this old is pretty slim, but I thought it was interesting enough to share regardless. So here are some weird old cheat codes in Dance Dance Revolution. In Dance Dance Revolution Internet Ranking version from November 1998, on the Mode Select screen, if you enter the famous Konami code on the dance pad, up, up, down, down, left, right, it will play the Konami jingle and you're given access to Doubles mode. The hardest difficulty in the game, Maniac, is also locked behind a code. When you're on the difficulty select screen, hop on the dance pad and do left, left, right, left, left, right. That'll make Maniac appear on whatever difficulty you're selecting. In Dance Dance Revolution's second mix Link version from April 1999, to select a style on the title screen, hold both left and right buttons, then press start. This will allow you to choose single, couple, versus, or double. If you don't do the code, it will just automatically pick single when you press start. To unlock all the music in the game, on the difficulty select, roll over hard, and then press right 4 times. The text all music should appear. For the hardest difficulty, Maniac, hop on the dance pad and press down, down to enable another, and then do left, 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 right, left, right. And with that, Maniac mode is enabled. When you do these two codes, you're given access to every song in the game at the hardest difficulty. In Dance Dance Revolution third mix from October 1999, there are entirely different game modes in third mix you can access with codes. For instance, on the title screen, if you enter left, 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 right, left, right, it switches to Step, Step Revolution, which is essentially a dedicated Maniac mode where all the songs are really hard. I like what the announcer has to say about it.
There are no easy choices in this mode. Select your character.
If your DDR machine is running third mix or third mix plus, but you're really in the mood to play some second mix, you're in luck because second mix is fully accessible inside of third mix. On the title screen, left, left, right switches it to second mix mode, and if you mash any button enough times, it'll go back to third mix. It's a nice little feature. Dance Dance Revolution Solo 2000 from December 1999. At the song select, if you do left, right on the dance pad, it'll open a little modifier menu where you can set your speed and such. If you set speed to fast, the arrows will scroll at double the speed, which is great for readability. It wouldn't be until DDR Max, released in October 2001, that the modifier menu would make another appearance. You pick a song and hold down the start button, and you get dropped into the modifier menu where you can change your speed and all that good stuff. Since then, it's been a standard feature, and it's in every single DDR game that came after it, except for the Europe exclusive game Dancing Stage Euromix 2, which inexplicably removed the modifier menu, and instead you have to change your speed using a code on the dance pad. To speed up, you do up, left, left, and to bring the speed back down, you do down, right, up, right. There are some unlock codes in the spin-off DDR series, Dancing Stage Featuring, where you actually have to do a dance to perform the unlock. In Dancing Stage Featuring True Kiss Destination, there are 2 dance codes, one to unlock a freestyle mode called Free, and the other to unlock Super Maniac, the hardest difficulty. You perform the dance at the title screen, and when you do it correctly, it'll change color and say, "Welcome."
Welcome.
So the code I just entered, that was the free mode code. That one's not too bad. I can usually get that one every time. But the Super Maniac code, yeah, that one's a little bit tougher.
Welcome.
Oh my gosh. That's so hard.
Like, that doesn't look that hard. It looks like I'm performing it pretty elegantly, but the reason why is because that's like my 5th or 6th try. These codes are so difficult to execute because they have holds. If you accidentally release a panel too early, then you gotta do the whole code over again. Once you successfully do the dance, you can do left, right, and start to open the options menu, and Super Maniac is available to select as a difficulty. Dancing Stage Featuring Dreams Come True has an absolutely insane dance unlock. In order to unlock Super Maniac difficulty, you have to perform a dance across both dance pads.
Welcome.
Oh, I got it.
Yes, it did take me 10 tries, thank you for asking. And to reward you for successfully putting in the code and passing a Super Maniac song, the evaluation screen, it blasts GABA at you. All of the codes I've talked about so far, any player can do just with the buttons on the cab and the dance pads. But I'm going to talk about all of the cool unlocks you can do using the operator controls. Now, the operator controls are hidden behind the coin door, which in any public arcade would be locked. You can't get in there unless you get permission from the arcade owner, or unless you are the arcade owner. With that being said, once the coin door is opened, you're presented with a power switch, volume knobs, a coin counter, all that jazz. But there's 2 operator buttons in there that we need to take take advantage of. Service and test. When you press the test button in any DDR game, it takes you to the operator menu. And there's a whole bunch of settings and things you can play around with in here, but we're interested in unlocking stuff with the operator menu, so let's get to that. First off, I want to talk about event mode. It's an extension of free play mode that disables every menu timer in the game, so you can take as long as you want to pick a song or whatever. It skips all the high score stuff, and you can reset back to the main menu at any time by pressing all 3 of the selector buttons. It's really convenient when you have guests that just want to play like 1 or 2 songs, and then you can easily reset back to the title screen when the next person wants to play. Event mode is locked behind a pretty simple code. Here's how you do it. Press the test button to open the operator menu. Event mode is an extension of free play, so the first thing you gotta do is go into the coin options and set it to free play. Hit save and exit, and then scroll down to highlight game mode. Hold down the service button and then press start. On the bottom of the screen, you should get some nice big text that reads event mode. This method of enabling event mode works in every mainline DDR game from Second Mix Link version all the way up until DDR Extreme. Some spin-off games have event mode as an operator menu option that you can just enable, which is convenient. Speaking of spin-off games, Dance Dance Revolution Solo Bass Mix has a super weird unlock code that requires the operator menu. The way you unlock all the songs and the Maniac difficulties is to open the operator menu, select Screen Check, which was originally used to make sure your display was working properly. While you're on that screen, hold up left on the dance pad, and then press left and right on the cab. It'll play the Konami jingle, and congrats, everything's unlocked. I don't know how people figured that out. That is so arbitrary. Dancing Stage featuring Disney's Rave is another spin-off game with arbitrary unlocks. In the operator menu, hold player 2 left and right buttons, then press service and test at the same time. That should make the text Maniac Mode On appear in the top left corner. And on the title screen of the game, an animated Maniac Mickey icon appears in the top left to show that it's enabled. Disney's Rave is a really, really good game, by the way. If you've never played it, you should give it a go. Now, what I'm about to show you is the most secretive secret in all of DDR. You have to enter a code inside of the operator menu to get into the secret menu, and then you enter a secret code into the secret menu. So Dance Dance Revolution 4th Mix was the first DDR game to introduce unlockable songs via the secret menu. So let's do it. Open the operator menu, highlight game options, press and hold the down panel and the service button, and then press start. You'll probably end up in some ridiculous pose to make it happen, but once you do it, you've made it to the secret menu. Now select append, and then you have to input a really long passcode. Once you've done that, you can exit, and congratulations, all of the songs are unlocked. Dance Dance Revolution 5th Mix, DDR Max, Max 2, and Extreme all have similarly long, annoying passcodes to unlock all the songs. But yeah, that's it. Those are some secret codes in DDR that I thought were interesting. Thanks for tuning in. Credits to RemiWiki for pretty much all of this information. Patreon and Discord. Also, don't leave yet, by the way. There's still some more content at the end of this video. If you want to grab some of the Dance Dance Revolution games to play at home, the best ones for PlayStation are the Japanese ones. You can find them really cheap on buyee, who was kind enough to sponsor this video. Buyee is a proxy service that allows you to buy Japanese goodies from a large selection of popular storefronts. For auctions, I like to use Yahoo Auctions Japan, and for Buy It Now, I use Mercari. One of the big benefits of using Buyee over another import service is that you can buy a bunch of different Japanese items, they'll collect them all in their warehouse for you, and then pack everything up into one box. And that way, you only have one overseas shipping fee to worry about. They handle all the customs and add a ton of protective packaging to make absolutely sure it'll survive the trip over to you. I did exactly this not too long ago to import some Dance Dance Revolution items at stupidly low prices. These are all the real prices I paid on screen. Buyee is allowing you all to get 2,000 yen off of your first order, and 2,000 yen, that equates to somewhere around 15 bucks. The link is on screen and in the description. For all the people that survive past the sponsor segment, hello, welcome to the extra content. I want to show you guys something right now, and it is probably the most insane cheat code like in any video game ever, and it's for Dance Dance Revolution Disney's Rave for PlayStation 1. I already talked about the arcade version. This is specifically the PlayStation 1 version. This is a YouTube video called How to Unlock Maniac Charts in Dance Dance Revolution Disney's Rave PS1 Japanese without hacks, right? And the reason I'm showing you this video is because I almost certainly cannot do this myself. Okay, so the first thing is you have to highlight specific songs in the song select for a specific amount of time. So Mickey Mouse March Eurobeat version for 1 second, right? And then it just is a list, and you'll have to see them executed. It is ridiculous. My God. Oh, I just realized I probably can't play the audio in this because they're Disney songs. Here, let me mute this. I'll get copyright striked. But yeah, anyway, so play until come along and then you go over to Chim 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 Chim, and then you switch over to Macho, and then it switches over to electrical parade, and then you switch over to It's a Small World, It's a World of Lavender, and then you go over to and then that was already insane, having to go through all these songs for like a few seconds each, and if you mess it up, you have to do the whole thing over with no confirmation that you did it correctly. And then there's a second part, but you don't need to redo part 1 if you mess up part 2. So now what part 2 is, here's part 2. Oh my god! Look at, it's like a dictionary, dude. And I love that you have to plug in a second controller. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. The first few attempts shown here are failed attempts. Let's skip ahead until I get the correct one. And now for the successful attempt. Look at this. Look at the controllers, and then you gotta switch over to this one to do that. And then when you do it correctly, look in the bottom left. Boom, there it is. It switches over to Maniac. My goodness, I am so thankful that the arcade version's a little bit easier to execute than that. All those inputs from earlier, people organized all that information into a little step chart to make it a bit easier to read, and I greatly appreciate that. That's a lot easier to read than just like a list of text. But yeah, both the arcade version and the PlayStation version, both of the Maniac unlock codes were discovered in April 2021. This game existed for 20 years before people ever found the Maniac charts in this video game. But this is on a whole other level. Like, oh my god, how did they program this in? I remember that there was a comment that made me laugh that was like, oh yeah, here it is. Would this be considered arbitrary code execution, or do the developers intentionally program this sequence of buttons to unlock Maniac? I love that. For those that don't know what arbitrary code execution is, essentially it's a very convoluted way of breaking a game so that it glitches and then taking advantage of those glitches to do funny stuff. I mean, this is a vast misunderstanding. This could not possibly be arbitrary code execution. I think that people assume that because like Pokemon Red is like really busted and you can do some crazy stuff just with the buttons on the Game Boy. But no, this is very clearly programmed by the developers. The developers were just having a laugh and making it really difficult for absolutely zero reason. I'll see you fellas in the next video. Bye bye.